Scientists have created the first human-animal hybrids in a major breakthrough which could address a critical shortage of donor organs.
Not all the hybrid animals you see online are photoshops. Some are real, living crosses of different breeds. You will be shocked to discover how long crossbreeds have been around and the experiments scientists are using them for. Hybrid animals can turn out to have the best features of their parents. However, they can also turn out to be disastrous and unfit to live in their environment. In this video, we'll find out 20 of the hybrid animals created over the years and how they're faring in the real world. Number 1. Beefalo. Beefalos are hybrid animals created by crossing a domestic cow with the American bison, also known as buffalo. This unique mix came about in the late 19th century and can be quite hefty, weighing up to a whopping 1,000 kilograms. You'll notice the characteristic bison hump on their shoulders, and they have a dense coat, making them stand out. They're a bit shorter than regular cows, and their appearance is somewhere in between their parent species, with variations in coat color and horn size depending on how they were bred. Unlike many other hybrid animals, beefalos are fertile right from the start and can reproduce on their own. They also inherited some fantastic traits from bison, like increased resistance to diseases and parasites. This makes them more adaptable to harsh weather conditions and allows them to munch on lower-quality forage, which is awesome for sustainable and eco-friendly meat production. Undoubtedly a successful hybrid between the cow and bison, beefalos have the best of both worlds. However, some people frown upon the breeding of these animals because they are bred only to be killed later. Number 2. Grows its parent species. The hybrid occurs naturally in the wild when polar bears and grizzly bears coexist where their territories overlap, and the resulting offspring is called a growlar or prizzly bear. The first growler bear was discovered in 2006 by a hunter in the Canadian Arctic. The bears inherit physical traits from both parents, making them a bit smaller than polar bears but bigger than grizzlies. They also have a lighter fur color compared to grizzly bears, with some retaining a whitish or creamy tone from their polar bear heritage. Because of this interbreeding, the growler bears are equipped to handle warmer climates. However, there are concerns raised about the dilution of pure polar bear breeds since the species are already endangered. Now that the remaining ones are mating with grizzlies, how long will it take before all pure polar bears will go into extinction? Number 3. Zonkey. A zonkey is a type of zebroid, which is a fancy term for any hybrid donkey and a female zebra, then you have a z-donk. Zonkeys usually have the body shape and build of a donkey, but with those unmistakable zebra stripes adorning their coat. Those stripes are found especially on their legs, but sometimes on their body and head. When it comes to size, zonkeys can vary between 1.2 and 1.5 meters at shoulder height, depending on the breed of donkey that's involved in the cross. They can also be trickier to handle than your typical domesticated donkeys, thanks to their zebra ancestry. Bred for their distinctive looks, these breeds can serve as work animals. Their wild temperament can present a few challenges, though, but with proper training, zonkeys can be safe and manageable for domestic purposes. Number 4. Leopon. As a crossbreed between a male leopard and a lioness, the leopon has a truly fascinating appearance. It has a mix of traits that is a real work of art. They have a well-proportioned, muscular build that makes them look majestic. They also have a love for climbing. They also don't shy away from getting wet. While male leopons can grow to be as big as lions, they still keep their sleek, leopard-like legs. However, the hybridization process can be tricky, and successful breeding between leopards and lions doesn't always occur easily. Leopons also face health issues and reproductive challenges due to the genetic differences between the parent species. The breeds are also rare. They're only found in a few wildlife and exotic animal sanctuaries where they're cared for and appreciated for their unique beauty. Number 5. Wholphin. Wholphins are a rare crossbreed resulting from the mating of false killer whales and bottlenose dolphins. The first documented one was born in captivity at Sea Life Park in Hawaii in 1985. Since then, there have been a few more instances of wholphins born in captivity, Dolphins are highly intelligent, playful, and agile, just like bottlenose dolphins. Also, they can form about 400 kilograms. However, they are powerful swimmers. They can reach impressive speeds and perform acrobatics. Interestingly, they can also reproduce, but there are just 2 of them around today. Number 6, Savannah cat. Savannah cats are not typical domestic pets. They're exotic hybrids. These cats are the largest breed of domestic cats, and they come from crossing a domestic cat with a wild African serval. They are super smart, curious, and full of energy. Some of them can weigh anywhere between 8 to 20 kilograms and stand up to 45 centimeters tall at the shoulder. When you look at them, you can also see this incredible mix of their serval and domestic cat heritage. They have a lean and muscular build, long legs, and huge erect ears. The first ever Savannah cat was created by Judy Frank in 1986. Since then, they have been classified into different generations like F1, F2, F3. Unique hybrid was first created through artificial insemination in 1998 at the Camel Reproduction Center in Dubai. The goal was to get an animal that had the size and strength of a camel, but with the more cooperative and friendly nature of a llama. And that's just what they got. Camas have a hump like their camel parent, though not as big. Their legs are shorter than a camel's but longer than a llama's, and their fur is llama-like. They are pretty sturdy animals. However, they are sterile because of the varying number of chromosomes in their parents. They're often used to carry and transport goods because of their strength, and their wool is highly prized for its softness and warmth, perfect for the textile industry. Number 8, Coy wolf. Also known as the eastern coyotes, coy wolves are a captivating hybrid animal, resulting from the crossbreeding of a western coyote with an eastern wolf, and sometimes with domestic dogs. You might have heard about them before. Sport markings that remind us of both coyotes and wolves. Coy wolves also display the smarts and adaptability of coyotes, which helps them thrive in all sorts of habitats. And they have a bit of the pack-oriented behaviors of wolves, like hunting together and having complex social structures. The first evidence of the coy wolf's existence dates back to the early 20th century, but the interbreeding likely began much earlier as human settlement and deforestation altered the landscape, allowing wolves and coyotes to come into closer contact. Number 9. Geep. There are not many geeps, either in the wild or in captivity. This is because of how hard it is for a crossbreed of a goat and sheep to survive. Many geeps are born as stillbirths, and the ones that are not stillbirths are sterile. They are still captivating, though, looking like a sheep with some genetic quirks. Geeps have a harsh outer coat, a woolly undercoat, goat feet, While they may not have practical advantages in terms of agriculture or livestock breeding, their existence adds to our understanding of the complexities of genetics. Number 10. Liger and Tigon. Ligers and tigons are both hybrid animals resulting from the crossbreeding of lions and tigers, 2 magnificent big cats. While ligers are created by breeding a male lion with a female tiger, tigons are created by breeding a male tiger with a lioness. And the results are not the same. These 2 were first recorded in the early 19th century. The liger in India and the tigon in England. Physically, ligers are larger than tigons. They can even grow to be some of the biggest cats in the world, often exceeding both parent species in size. They have a combination of characteristics from both lions and tigers, such as a lion's mane and a tiger's stripes. On the other hand, tigons are usually smaller than both parent species, so rare and may struggle with reproductive challenges. Number 11. Zao. The DZO was created through intentional breeding to combine the qualities of the domestic cow and the male yak. Yaks are well adapted to harsh mountainous environments, while domestic cows are known for their high milk and meat production. By crossbreeding the 2, farmers aim to get an animal that could handle rugged terrain and still provide valuable resources like milk and meat. Zos have a stocky build. They are a bit shorter than regular cows, but bigger than yaks. Their coat is dense and shaggy, perfect for staying cozy in chilly mountain regions. They also weigh around 400 to 600 kilograms and deal with high altitudes and low oxygen levels excellently. It suffices to say that the goal of their breeding was achieved. Zoobreeds have existed for a long time. Yaks and domestic cows have been crossbred for centuries in regions like Central Asia and the Himalayas. And Jaguars typically have a tawny or golden coat with spots and rosettes similar to jaguars, but their body size and structure are closer to that of a lion. Also known as jaguars, these breeds weigh around 90 to 150 kilograms, and they are super rare. You will mostly find them in captivity because the natural habitats of jaguars and lions don't overlap. However, there are currently 2 jaglions at the Bear Creek Wildlife Sanctuary in Ontario, Canada. They capture the hearts of visitors with their unique beauty. Number 13, blood parrot cichlid fish. Blood parrot cichlids are a unique and controversial hybrid fish that was created through selective breeding in the aquarium hobby. They are believed to be a crossbreed between the Midas cichlid and the redhead cichlid. While these fish are loved for their vibrant colors and distinct appearance, they have a major deformation that sparks controversy and criticism within the fish-keeping community. Among other things, the blood weighs smooth sailing. Sometimes, the effect can be disastrous, causing the new breed to struggle. Activists have been trying to boycott the breeding and sale of this fish. However, many of them are still around. Number 14, spider silk goats. Also called transgenic goats, the spider silk goats are a fascinating example of genetic engineering. These goats are not a natural crossbreed, rather, they have been genetically modified to produce spider silk proteins in their milk. The first spider silk goat was created in the early 2000s through a process known as transgenesis. Scientists introduced specific spider genes into the goat's DNA, enabling the goats to produce silk proteins in their mammary glands. When the goats are milked, the silk proteins are extracted from the milk and used to produce spider silk, which is known for its incredible strength and flexibility. Physically, you cannot differentiate a spider silk goat from a regular goat. Their genetic modification does not alter their appearance. To boost honey production, these bees were created by crossbreeding the European honeybees and African honeybees. After their creation, the bees were taken to Brazil. However, some of them managed to escape from captivity. They spread from South America to Central and North America, and their aggressive traits started causing problems. These bees get defensive and angry if they feel threatened. They'll swarm and sting until they get rid of the disturbance, and this attack can lead to the death of their victims. It's because of their deadly and dangerous nature they got the name killer bee. There are millions of them all around the Americas now, and their presence is a concern for beekeepers. Number 16. Zorse. The zorse is another kind of zebroid. It's the hybrid of a male zebra and a female horse. Zorses have the sturdy build of a horse, but their coat can have zebra stripes all over them. Sometimes the stripes only appear on their legs, necks, or torsos, producing. Also, their temperaments may be less predictable compared to purebred horses, as they inherit characteristics from both the wilder zebras too. Proper training and handling are crucial to ensure they are safe and manageable. Number 17, Pomsky dog. Pomskys came about through intentional crossbreeding efforts. Breeders wanted to combine the small size and playful nature of the Pomeranian Husky with the striking appearance and gentle temperament of the Siberian Husky. They created a hybrid of the two, and the result turned out to be the adorable Pomsky. While the exact date of the first Pomsky's birth is not widely known, it is believed that they started gaining popularity in the early 2000s. However, the appearance of this breed can be unpredictable. Sometimes they look more like huskies or wolves, and other times they lean more toward the Pomeranian side. The randomness goes for their size, too. Some may end up being quite big, while others stay small. Number 18, Iron Age pig. The Iron Age pig is a hybrid animal that's a mix of a domestic pig and a wild boar. The idea behind creating this crossbreed was to have a pig with the strength and looks of a wild boar while still having the meat production qualities of domestic pigs. You can spot them by their unique appearance, which resembles ancient Iron Age pig artwork. They are bigger and sturdier than regular domestic pigs, weighing anywhere from 100 to 250 kilograms. Their coat is dense and wiry, and they often have wild boar stripes when they're piglets, but it darkens as they grow up. They also have a more pronounced crest along their backs and longer muzzles compared to domestic pigs. Iron Age pigs can be a bit more feisty and less easy to manage than an average domestic pig. This is because they inherited some of the wild boar spunkiness. However, people are pretty fascinated with these pigs because they look so unique who came into existence. These breeds of cattle have extremely developed musculature, especially in the hindquarters, giving them a very broad and powerful appearance. This muscularity is the result of a natural mutation called double muscling, which causes an increase in muscle size and reduced fat deposition. As a result, the breed has a very lean meat composition. The double muscling trait can cause difficulties for the cattle during calving, as the calves can be larger and more challenging to deliver. This has led to the need for careful breeding and management to ensure the health and well-being of both the cows and calves. Number 20, the mule. This might be shocking, but mules are also crossbreeds. They are a hybrid of a male donkey and a female horse. The result is the mule, a tough and strong animal that can carry heavy stuff without breaking a sweat. First created in Turkey, mules have been used in Egypt since around 3000 BC. Apart from their strength, mules are infertile. Because of their infertility, they cannot reproduce and produce offspring of their own. They also face certain health challenges due to their mixed genetics. Mules come in various sizes and colors depending on the specific breeds of the horse and donkey involved in the cross. Thank you for watching. While you're here, make sure to click on the link on your screen for our next episode. See you there.